In tonight's shooting, illegal at the state level because right now they're only illegal at the federal level.
And for some time that Birmingham city leaders, they have been working to get these Glock switches off the street. Birmingham Mayor Randall Whiffen, he has been very vocal, even not too long ago, within the last couple of months, posting on social media saying that we are coming after the people who use Glock switches. Now, keep in mind, once he made that post, there were some people who decided to think it was a joke. They posted Glock switches, posted them shooting Glock switches. And guess what? He posted that. Police, federal partners, they went after those people. We did have a chance to hear from some people who were on the ground out there that night that walked up shortly after the incident happened. Take a listen.
Very scary. Very. Like, when I walked up when it was like just ended because everybody was screaming, there was people crying, police officers, they were trying to get information from different people. So they just was trying to do their job and I guess get the aid and information that they need.
And you said you saw some people carried out on stretchers?
Yes, ma'am. It was literally probably about 6 to 7 people, males and females, that was coming out on stretchers, and it was ambulance coming back to back. So it was definitely a bad crime scene for the 5 Points area. You don't see stuff like this, just you going out to have a good time and you walk up on something like this. So it's very rare that you see something like this very close to home, so just kind of sad for, the public and the family members and friends of the people that got wounded.
Yeah, and so does this make you rethink you wanting to go out down here or anything?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. A guy walked by and he said, this is the main reason why I stay at home, And I know things can happen no matter where you go, but you just have to, be mindful of your surroundings and, use your best judgment. And like I said, I was going to come out earlier, but I didn't. I kind of lagged around, and it was a reason. So everything happened for a reason. You just have to know when it's time to go or it's time to go to another location, because this area here lately, the past couple weekends, it's been getting bad. It's been getting bad.
Wow, can't even imagine what that must have been like. So happy.
Yes. Again, we do want to reiterate that this happened just after 11 o'clock last night. Birmingham police say that several shooters opened fire on a crowd of people. We know that unfortunately 4 people are dead. 4 people have life-threatening injuries, but dozens of people have various injuries. Multiple people have been taken to the hospital right now. Multiple first responders still being dispatched to that scene, trying to just get everything under control. Now, the motive for the shooting is still unclear at this moment, and that is the one thing that people will be looking for.
Right, and then when you think about this entire area that police now have to sift through to try to find their evidence, when they're talking about Glock switches, you're talking, we don't even know the number of shots that were fired, especially when you're talking about a switch on a gun like that from multiple shooters. So police have they're going to have a lot to deal with today.
What's interesting about it with those Glock switches, once they install them on a typical handgun,
right,
I mean, it can fire rapid succession for hundreds of bullets. So, Birmingham officials, after tonight, they're definitely going to be pushing even harder to get these off the streets.
Right, and we heard from police. They said that right now they want to find those shooters and they're going to hunt them down and make sure they are brought to justice.
And really quickly, I do want to reiterate what the gentleman said, that it's sad. Just looking across Facebook right now, there are a lot of people posting, this is sad. Birmingham, we have to do better. So this is a community that is hurting by gun violence.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, and right now, we don't know how it's going to end.
And we don't even know how many.
Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Keep it G, man. Shit free, man. We living in a take a risk era right now. Just to go out and have a couple of drinks and socialize, it become an everyday trend of taking a risk of not knowing if you're going to return home. Because you got the adolescent youth out here letting out over 100-some rounds in the crowd. Birmingham has had the second mass shooting, bro. That over 30-some people have been shot and over 10 have been murdered in these 2 senseless mass shootings. within the last 4 months up in the city of Birmingham. And the police force really needs some help from civilians in the neighborhood. One thing about the black culture, we got this unwritten rule as if it don't affect our family, we got nothing to do with it. Any other culture will report crime as soon as they see it. If you don't report crime in your neighborhood, how is your neighborhood going to become crime free? It's time for these communities to take back their neighborhoods from these young adolescent, disrespectful young teens standing out on the block with firearms like it's a war zone, assault rifles. You're following with switches, conversions on it. Well, this mass shooting has took the life of 3 men and 1 female and injured over 28 other people. They're going to have to deal with trauma over something they had nothing to do with. They just want to have a couple of drinks, eat and laugh and giggle with their friends. But ended up being a target last night. Such a sad sight to see, you feel me? To hear those people crying and hollering and yelling for their loved ones that were deceased there on the scene. And the wounded on the ground hollering like it's a battlefield. As the waiting on the paramedics to arrive to administer help. You got these young guys on all type drugs now. Perps, Adderall, they sipping lean. The new age fentanyl, mindless shit. And it's galaxy gas. They're doing drugs and their brain haven't fully developed yet. And I guarantee you, when they catch these guys, ain't none of them gonna be over 21 years old. It's the adolescent teenagers out here thinking life is a game of Grand Theft Auto. And the time for the community to take back their community. Call anonymously and give tips on what you've seen. Send video. Like the mayor of Birmingham, who also finally came victim to senseless gun violence the last year or two by him losing his nephew. He no different from us that had lost loved ones in the streets of Birmingham, other surrounding cities in the state of Alabama. A total disregard for authority these young guys have. Soon as the mayor got off the air speaking about those Glock switches, the youth went straight to social media taunting the ATF and FBI by posting videos and pictures of them with switches. And the ones who did that subsequently got themselves arrested. The police is on this social media, y'all young guys. You need to start respecting law enforcement. Before you get the time, you can't give back. Cause Holman got a place for you down there, Yellow Mama, or the gas chamber. You don't want to end up on death row, sitting there 30 years riding like a right egg before your name called to enter that lethal injection chamber or get strapped to Yellow Mama. That's the outcome of these heinous crimes when you get caught. All cause you want to hit one man, you shoot up the whole 5th quarter, 5 points area. The people out having a good time, laughing, joking, in and out the hookah lounge. It's a vibrant nightlife in that 5th point area where you can go enjoy yourself and eat a nice meal and blow off a little steam from a hard work week. To have interrupted by gunfire you have nothing to do with, by senseless adolescent shooters with these goddamn Glock switches. You're guaranteed to hit some with that Glock switch. When you let off 30 rounds in 1.2 seconds, and you got hundreds of people standing in line for to get in clubs, coming out of restaurants.